Hi, hello, and welcome back to another hour. Or two, because I didn't film yesterday, because my tooth was in so much pain that I couldn't think, and as soon as I got pain meds that were strong enough to knock the pain down, I passed out until 9 o'clock the next day. Yeah, I went to sleep at 4 yesterday and woke up at 9. I needed some sleep. I did not sleep well the night before, and as soon as my face felt better, I passed out. Anyways, we're going to get right into today's 2 hours. I'm going to have to try and get a lot done. I say a lot done. We're going to try and get some stuff done. First things first, sleep, make it day. Look at that netherite armor. Look at that. Look at that netherite armor right there. Look how good it looks. Look, hold on. Let's just take a second to appreciate. Let's just take a second to appreciate. Look at that. Look at all that hard work I did to get all that. Look at that netherite. Look at that. Don't I look so freaking cool? Anyways, sorry, I needed to brag on myself for a second. I feel pretty good about getting netherite armor. Okay, so today we're gonna work on this right here. I'm leveling this all down because I want to do the floor at this level. Well, okay. We'll see. The floor might have to be up a block because of this right here. I forgot that I built this room. Either that or inside of the castle, it'll just be like a step up and we'll have a raised room in there. But essentially what I'm doing is flattening off the area just where the castle is going to be so I can get a good idea of where it's going to be. And then we're also going to work on terraforming out the back. So today is going to be a lot of dirt work. A lot of dirt work. Just so much dirt work. And honestly, it might be worth moving the beacon. So that might be something I do as well. Go ahead and move the beacon because I might do a lot of stone as well. I'm hoping it ends up just being a lot of dirt though, because it insta-mine with the dirt is so good. It's freaking amazing what it is. So what I'm thinking with the castle is this area that I'm insetting into the ground. The walls will be just inside of it. And then they'll so the wall blocks will be here. And then it'll all be the same height inside, but once you go outside, it'll just be inset into the ground, and then that makes it to where I don't have to do as much detail work on the outside of the wall. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. We're still in the planning phases. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to go over farther, at least on this one. Because we've got a walkway here. So I think I need to go at least 1 block. So the wall can be here. Yeah, we're gonna move the beacon real quick since I'm definitely gonna be doing a lot of terraforming in the area. The question is where do I put it? I need it to be close enough. I'm gonna do I could put it here. I could put it over here. Well, I might do a lot of terraforming there too. You know what? We're gonna just flatten this area first, and then stick the beacon in the corner. And then that should be enough to do what I'm doing. Should be close enough to everything. This is where we actually turn this into another 2-hour special where I fight a wither and start working on a beacon. Problem is I don't have enough iron to make the beacon this time. By any means. By no stretch of the imagination do I have enough iron. So I think it might actually be in our best interest to work on building and terraforming and stuff so that iron can build up. And then we can go from there. Speaking of, while I'm thinking about it, let's go check on our rose chest. I think we're not... No, we're pulling everything. So that's just weird. Oh no, we are getting roses. Okay. Alright, maybe I'm just dumb. Put that back in the old hotbar. But like I said, we're going to finish flattening this off and then we're going to put the beacon down. Move the beacon over here. Just needed to make sure the iron farm was actually working while I'm working. Actually functioning while I'm working. Okay, so if I did the floor level at this level, I could just make this one area's floor stone brick. And that would be easy enough. And then I already have the staircase area thing dug out right here. This is a staircase that I want to build into the house. So there's that. Also, I would rather pick up dirt or stone than dirt, so because stone's more important at this point. I need a lot more of it, and I'm already gonna have to go sit at the stone machine farm thing. Now the only problem with putting the floor level 1 up is this pathway right here that I've got built then has to be moved up, which isn't that big of a deal. I can just make like a little staircase thing that goes up. at each side. Like, I really like this right here with the vines that make kind of like a secret hidden entrance thing. So, like, it would be like here or so, and then it would just go up by one. Run into the beacon, run back out. Mine for about 6 seconds. Man, you cannot beat a beacon. Beacons are nuts. Now, the interesting thing about all of this is I'm probably going to try and keep some of this dirt. So I guess I'll go up and grab said dirt. Might as well be responsible. Because later, when I'm building something huge, I'm going to be mad that I didn't pick up the dirt and take it with me. I'm going to be mad that I have to go get dirt and grass. So. Ain't no way I could pick all of it up in one inventory. Ain't no way, bud. Well. I stand corrected. There's room to spare. So, another thing that is about to come into play. The beacon is where it is because of the stone farm. So, here's a thought. Do I simply mine a bunch of stone right now? Or do I move the beacon and then hope that I get a decent chunk of stone to work on the rest of the... Because I'm going to start blocking out the castle today. Depending on how much we get done, we're going to start blocking the castle out. It's about to drop. I think I'm just going to move them. As you can tell, I'm already breaking it. I'm just going to go ahead and move it. Because the amount of terraforming I'm about to do, I want the beacon. I want the beacon over where I'm at. What day do you think it is? What day do you think it is right now? Like in Minecraft game, in game. What do you think? What day do you think it is? Because I'm thinking it's day like 250, 300 maybe. Because we should. It was 20 hours to reach day 100. So I have the first actual 100 days organized and everything. I have the footage and all that. I know how many hours it took. It took 20. 19 or 20. But I think... See, that's weird. Hold on. What was it again? F3 and F6 was what it was. Day count. In Overway, always. Ah, there we go. We have a day count. Look at that. Day 227. I wasn't far off. And I can leave that up there now. In the footage. I'll leave it there. Okay, actually... That can stay where it's at. That chest is a mess. I don't even want to think about it right now. Okay. Hello. No. No. I made it too freaking big, didn't I? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dang it. I really gotta start trusting my gut when I do these things. One of those in there. All right, now for the back garden. Let's see where we are. Roughly there. We're gonna go ahead and just flatten off the back of this. There's no point in having this stick up there. This is gonna have like a deck on it or a porch. I don't even know what it would be called on a castle. It's not a rampart. There's a word I'm looking for and I can't find it in the brain. But basically a lookout area on the back here. I love beacons. Something a little like that, maybe? I was thinking about squaring it off. We'll see how we feel in a minute. I just know that I want to open it up a little bit more. You know what's strange? This was one of my earliest visions, this little area back here. My earliest visions of grandeur. What my area could look like. Visions makes me think of That's So Raven. You guys know what I'm talking about? That's So Raven, where she has it's the future I can see. That's So Raven. There's a banger TV show. Back as a kid when I would watch TV every day, yeah, that was my show. Well, not my show per se. I also used to watch like Cory in the House. All of those old Disney shows were just amazing. Okay. So here is the issue I'm already seeing. I don't like it. I'm gonna just cut this whole wall back to this right here. Go straight down, and then we can add in, like, you see how this is 2 tall and 3 tall right here on the edge? We can add that again against this. And I can terraform it once it's all out. But for the moment, we're gonna clear the space, make room. I think I'm gonna try and save some of this over here because I actually kind of like how this looks with the tunnel coming out of it. But everything else is gonna go pretty much. And it all needs to be down to this level, so that's gonna be a lot of clearing. That's why I brought the beacon. Bringing home the beacon. This is the part where I need to decide how far this goes. So we've kind of got this line to work off of. Do a little terraforming back here. I'm probably going to get rid of this, even though I said the line was like here, because then I still have this like look over into this. Woof, I need food. I need food in real life too, 'cause I'm kind of hungry. My mom's making burgers today. And then we're having soup tomorrow. It's an odd day when I know what I'm having the next day. Definitely an oddity to know the meal of tomorrow. I don't know why that's an oddity, but it's more like I know what might be had, but I never know exactly what's going to happen. And this time it's a guarantee. We're having soup. Do a little inventory dump. We might have a lot more stone to start working than I thought we were. It's awesome. It's amazing. This is really good. I think we'll go sleep real quick too. I hope what I'm doing makes sense to somebody. You know, like this whole little thing that I'm building here, I'm hoping it makes sense. I want a big old square out the back that's kind of surrounded by some terrain. Terrain, that was the most southern I have ever sounded. Surrounded by some terrain. So it feels enclosed, but it's still enough that you can see it from somewhere else. Like you can see it elsewhere. Also, my next day off with good teeth, as soon as I get my tooth fixed, I'm gonna have to take the whole day and really get started on editing. I need to get started on the big 100 days video, because I'm gonna do, we've already talked about it, I've already said it a billion times, but it's just, you know, it's gotta come up again at some point. I'm not making the original 100 days video that I thought I was, where I was going to just make like Minecraft 100 days. I'm going to only do the big 100 days video. But also, I guess it's not even also, it's just another thing to mention. I'm probably about to get hired on full-time at this job that I'm working at, this place. And I think I'm going to take it. I think I definitely want to get hired on full-time if they'll still take me. Because one, YouTube is kind of volatile, so the bigger cushion of savings I can build for myself, the better. And the longer I build that cushion, the better. So, you know, the bigger. The only problem that they had with hiring me on was that I'm gonna be honest with them. I wasn't gonna lie and say no. Yeah, I want to work here, and then quit 6 months later because YouTube takes off. No, I was like, yeah, the bigger cushion I can build myself, the better. The reason they didn't want to hire me was because I told them, I was like, yeah, I'm actually trying to keep a shorter thing because I want to do YouTube full time. I want to work for myself. And I'm worried that I scared them off by saying that I wanted to work for myself and do YouTube. because I told him I originally only planned to work the season because that's what I was hired on as a seasonal worker. But who knows? Who knows? I'm hoping that they hire me and then put me in a different position, because where I'm working right now is outside. And it's going to start getting real hot here soon. Down here in the south. Starting getting a little warm. And I would rather not be working out in the parking lot or in the outdoor area where I work when it gets up to 114. Oh boy. This is a great thing. Hold on a second. I'm about to have more stone than I know what to do with. This is where the grass will be for now until I go to build something back here, and then so I gotta clear all the stone. Like I was saying, I want to build like a hedge maze back here. Not a hedge, yeah, a hedge maze. I think that would be pretty freaking sick, if you ask me. I actually meant to talk to the big boss today, because he's the one that pulled me aside and asked me and was talking to me about all the, like, if you stick around for long enough, then it'll make it worth me actually hiring you on. And I'm, like, again, I say I'm worried that I kind of messed up by telling him that I wanted to do something else and didn't want to work there forever. But I think it was more like he's going to try and hire me on and then try and convince me after the year to keep, like, to get me to stay. And I'm thinking, like, look, man, I don't think there's much you could do to try and get me to stay. If my YouTube career takes off, I'm leaving. I'm bouncing. Not as soon. Like, whatever agreed upon, like, length of time. If I stay around for a year and then put my 2 weeks in after that, yeah. I think that's more than fair. That I acknowledge that, hey, I might leave in a year, but if you'll hire me for that time, I'll make it worth you hiring me for that time. Like, I will work my butt off while I'm at least there. Might even try and talk them into giving me $1 more, because some of the guys are getting a little more than I am, and I'm like, hey, if I'm going to be hired on full time and I'm going to work for that amount of time, make it worth my time. I forgot to grab dirt. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, if I'm going to work for you, make it worth me sticking around for the year. The only problem with that is it's like a negotiation. It's like, I want to make it worth your time, but I also don't want to, like, I want you to make it worth my time. It's kind of a balance we gotta strike here. I gotta talk to the old big boss about it. I'm gonna try and catch him tomorrow. Talk to him about it. The other idea, or not the other idea, more to talk about with this thing is with the job thing. If my YouTube channel ever goes belly up, which you would hope it never does, I want to leave myself with like a good enough relationship with this place that I'm working, because it's not that bad. I want to leave myself a good enough relationship that if I ever had to go back, I could. Kind of thing. I don't want to have to go job search. I want to be able to like go in and be like, hey, you guys hiring right now? Would you hire me again? Would you bring me back? Although normally that's not exactly how it works, I don't figure, but if I build a good enough repertoire, a good enough relationship, that's what I'm looking for, with this place, you know, I would think I would build myself a good enough safety net. I think that would make me feel a little bit more confident in going into the YouTube thing stronger, more full focused, we'll call it. Give her all the beans. Okay, this needs to go back a little bit more. I can see it now. It needs to go back a little bit. I think I want all the walls to be steep walls. I'm not sure how I want to carve this wall. I want to go to the top and look at it. Hello, Mr. Creeper. Oh, I don't have hostile mobs yet. Should probably also light it up here. Prevent that from happening again. There's a creeper down there. Kind of digging it. I'm kind of digging it. Except for that part. honestly, I'm not upset at it. But hold on. The only spot that kind of looks a little funky to me is right here. Yeah, that's better. Little bit of an inventory dump again. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I was looking for. That looks freaking phenomenal, dude. Yes. Just kind of like a little square alcove where I can sneak back to and hide away from the rest of the world. Why is there a... It's fine. You can just stay there. I don't hate this corner at the moment, so we're going to leave it the way it is. But I can definitely clean up some of the outer terraforming that I did. Okay, now the real question is do I want to add more castle back here? Do I want to horseshoe in? Okay, let's flatten off this spot over here. Like I just did over there. We'll get rid of this. We'll worry about how far this sticks out later. Oh wait, no, I was leaving at this level. Alright, can I be honest with y'all? I kind of want to just flatten off that whole area over there as well. Big horseshoe castle kind of thing going on. Like, we're already gonna have castle here, so why not extend it over to this side? We need to figure out how far we're gonna go. So let's lay out this side of the castle real quick, get an idea for the width, and then we'll make it more of a square. Empty the inventory real quick, and then we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Where's my stone cutter? Also, when we hit our first hour, I'm gonna go take a little break. Probably eat some dinner, and then come back and finish my next hour after that. So, I'm sorry for the delays on the hour, you know, but I think you guys will survive for another 30 minutes or so while I eat. You guys won't even know that it's being delayed. Some of you guys are thinking, oh, he's just not going to upload because he didn't upload yesterday. Nope, 2-hour special again. You know, thinking about it, the longer I upload these videos, the harder it is to catch up. Because, like, let's say you watch an hour a day. You're watching these videos when they come out. If you're watching the videos as they come out for an hour a day, oh dang it. Okay, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. I wanted the wall here. I did the wall here for a reason, and then I messed it all up by making the. If you're watching these an hour a day as I upload them, you're always going to be however many episodes behind if you start at the beginning. If you start at the beginning right now, you'll be 55 episodes behind. That's a lot. That's a few hours. That's a lot of hours a day to be watching just to try and catch up. So to catch up, you'd have to watch either that or you'll have to watch my, when I make this is how many I've done so far, or this is the first 100 days, first real 100 days, IRL 100 days. And then, start watching from the end of that 100 days. It'd be the only real way the only way I can think of that you'd have to do to catch up. Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna flatten off this area. Thinking about it, I want another like horseshoe leg on this side of that little alcove. Plus if I make it stick out to here, then I can add a tower here. And then the wall will go here and then meet at, so out, tower, tower, boom, and then this little thing gets its own one of these. We'll worry about the details here in a little bit on this guy. But I know that I'm kind of thinking I want to put a tower. So I'm going to mark it out. I'm going to mark out the tower that goes here. Look at that. We'll make it too tall just so I can see it a little better from over there. Give me the real, this is a tower. This is the corner. Now this all gets to go. Starting at this wall right here. Once we get this all flat, I think I'm going to go back up and look and see if I want it to go, like see if I want the castle to touch this and this just to be the corner of it. Because if I do that, that's going to be a lot more building than I have to do. Basically, I'm creating a lot of work for myself right now. By removing this wall right here, I'm creating a lot more work for myself, which is fine. I need the time. You know, I say I need the time. I need things to do. After I run out of, like, important projects to do, it's all going to be about just building and finding things to do. And the best way to do that is to create big projects for myself. Such as a castle. Alright, we are almost done with our first hour here. It's weird. Some days I feel like I could just keep playing for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And other days I'm like, no. I want to be done after my 1 hour. And today is one of those days where I'm like, I want to be done after my 1 hour. So I'm going to make it easier. I'm going to take it easy on myself and just do an hour and then take a break for dinner and then come back. Spare myself a little bit of agitation, especially with the whole tooth thing and then yesterday not filming. I'm upset with myself about it. I'm gonna try not to be too mad at myself. It happens sometimes. Delays happen. And sometimes you just can't make it. And that's okay. I'm gonna go repair my shovel when I get back. You know what, we're gonna finish this layer that we've got here, and then we're gonna go repair the shovel, and then I'm gonna take my hour break. My break from the hours. Yeah, let's go. Actually, we are gonna leave it. No. You guys, it's a break for me. But you guys won't have any, like, big pause in what happens. But either way, I'm going to run and do this real quick. And then it'll be like a snip snap. I'll be on for 30 minutes. You guys won't even know. And I'll be back. But to make it easier, I'm going to go repair these. And then when I get back, I don't want to have to go repair. So just repair the tools and call it good. Bonk. I'm telling you, the one day that elytra doesn't work is going to be a really bad day for me. Again, just trying to save a little work for myself when I get back. Alright. Look at me talking this whole break thing up, and then literally for you guys, it's like I left for 2 seconds. I left for no time at all. Okay, I will be. We're gonna stay on the beacon. Staying on the beacon for when we leave. All right, I will be back in 3, 2, 1. You didn't even know I was gone. Isn't that crazy? Hold on, I totally messed up my timer. So we're gonna set it for delete 55 minutes. No, 56. We'll do for 56. Just to cover the basis that I probably miscalculated a little bit. You didn't even know I was gone. See? I'm back. Instantly back. My tooth started acting up again, so I had to put some numbing stuff on it. So if I sound funny, which I hope I don't, that's why. Something else that I need to consider pretty early on in this. Where are all of my beacons going to go? And how many do I need to make? That's something I should probably also think about. Because I don't want to have a beacon going through the middle of my castle. But if I have to, that's fine. This is going to kind of suck. And I think I had to put them like within a few blocks closer to each other, just because how beacons work. Like if I had, we'll say I'm gonna do a sextuple beacon array, like the man, the myth, the legend, Luke the Notable. The middle beacons, if they're 50 blocks apart, actually no, that makes sense. Hold on. So say these are my beacons. We're just gonna set up like this, so then these are my 6 beacons, right? So this one, if I did 50 blocks away from this one, so we're just gonna do that many. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Actually, I can do 100, but we're gonna do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 away. All of these are still 5 away from each other. Right, yeah. If those are all the same distance, then there is still no gap in the coverage. I don't think. Because if this one covers up until right here, I think that math still works. So as long as my middle ones are all the same distance away, and I calculate off of the farther away beacon, I think I'll be good. Here is the question. How far... I hate to say it. This might move. Because looking at it like this, if I lined it up with that wall right there, then when I line these up, then this tower can go straight into it and line up with that, and then that makes like a square here. So long as I line this up with that. And then this still kind of makes sense where it's at. But the problem is it doesn't line up with this back there, but it's kind of in the middle. So it doesn't hurt where it's at. Let's figure out how far this is. And then we'll do that same distance over there just to see. Oh, hello. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 blocks. And I want the edge to be there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh crap. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, wall. That does leave me with a little bit of terraforming to do, but that's okay. We planned on that. We knew that was coming. We kind of had a plan for that already. I say we, but it's just me. Also, hold on, that's kind of perfect. I think that's a sign. That should stay the way it is. Okay, let's sleep real quick over in this bed just because it's, you know, it's the one I was thinking about. Something bad's about to happen to me. All right, let's go up and take a look. Okay, Horseshoe Castle. Yes, is good. But it almost feels like so... Yeah. Okay, this can stay where it's at. We're not touching this wall. I don't want to move this wall. For now. If I come up with any more reasons to move the wall, I'm moving it. Just so you guys know, that's like a... That's a decision that is made right now. If I come up with any more reasons to move this, I'm moving it. I'm moving it to line it up with that gate and probably that wall right there. I don't have any good reason right now because I don't mind this. This path is just kind of an awkward spot. But if I... Ooh. I might have just come up with another reason to move the wall. Oh no. If I line it up with that, I can have a little, like, bridge or pathway that goes straight out the back to this. Because I definitely want, like, if I build this tower up, I'm going to build it up a little bit taller, so then it kind of overlooks this, and I'm going to have to terraform this down, so I'm going to go take care of that, like, right now. But if I build this up, terraform that down, this linking up with that would be kind of cool. And then this having the path through the castle makes sense. It's like a centralized, like, boom, boom. And then this, I can have, because this sticks out past the wall that's right here, this becomes the inner defense wall, and also it gives me... It makes sense why it's on the outside, because then you have the overlook over this area over here. I'm doing too much thinking about, like, other ideas I've got. This is kind of the perfect episode to do all of the thinking and plotting and planning, but... So, like... No, I want to leave this the way it is. I was considering, it was an internal thought I was having. Considering moving this whole section over to where it's touching that, and then it would all be inside the walls. But if I move it over, it ruins this spot right here that I like. This little corner piece where I have my farm and stuff. I would have to terraform all of this area right here up, and I don't want to do that. I don't like it. I think we leave it as is for now. We leave her the way she be. Yep. That's the plan. We leave it the way it is. And I like the horseshoe. We just need to make sure that this and this are the same size. I think I might have missed by a block or two. But if I missed and made this not wide enough, I'm going to scoot it in one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I got it right. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Do I think it would be easier if it was an odd number? Or do I think it would be easier if it was an even number? I think we leave it. We leave her the way she be. Because right now it's 41 blocks. This and that, the whole length of this is 41 blocks. I think we're going to leave it the way it is. Because odd numbers would make more sense. Because if I build the windows to be kind of like those, they're single block windows and not like extra wide windows. I would have to do even number windows instead of odd number windows. But like I was saying before, I need to terraform this whole top thing down. I don't want any views to be obstructed. This is our terraforming episode, so I'm going to do all of it that I can while I'm here. Don't even get me started on what's going to have to happen on that other side over there, on the other side of this wall right here where the iron farm and stuff is. That's a whole mess of its own. These caves that go through here, I really like. So I'm not gonna get rid of it entirely, but I'm gonna lower this probably. Okay, hold on, let's see. That's probably low enough, and then I can do like this, and that covers the hole there. And then I can do this, and that covers this hole, while still leaving it open. Hmm. Hmm. Kind of the thought I'm thinking right now, the think I'm thinking right now is what if I flatten all of this out and then terraform it down and kind of cover it? Same over here, cover this all up, and then it really is like a private underground grotto. This whole little area down here, look at it. Look at this. Isn't it just so cool? Like this all being under here with like, I think this being underground would be like awesome. Cover from the outside and then its own, then give it its own like little secretness. Hello. Hmm. Let's do an inventory dump real quick. See, I almost want to get rid of like this mountain part. I want to terraform this in to where it's like a cliff face that goes along this edge. Same with that right there. And then kind of flatten this all out. Obviously, I would have to keep it like, keep it here because I don't want to have to move my wall again. And if I had to, that wouldn't be that bad of a situation. But like, make this whole area a little bit more usable because right now it's got this weird awkward mountainous thing to it. And I'm not a big fan of it. So what I'm proposing, we terraform cliff along this, so like we round out to there, get rid of that, round it off the back. Well, let's see how it looks back here. Yeah, we just get rid of this and then we taper it off towards the back because this whole back area is going to be a nightmare anyways. Yeah, cliff, and then this all goes away. We just completely we get rid of it, chop it off. So like cliff, bring this up a little bit, bring this all down, and terraform it to where it makes sense with the wall that I have built.
And if I have to, I can rebuild this section of the wall and actually, like, make it a little bit closer to what it is. But if we're going to do that, that's going to be... That's going to be a move the beacon again and put it, like, here. Or, like, in this hole here. Okay, let's see what it looks like from over here. Let's see what I think from looking at it over here. Woof. The reason I like the idea of, like, making this a little raised area, actually, I almost want to just cut the whole thing off. The problem is it gets rid of my, like, grotto area. I would have to build something on top of this to make it make sense with the castle. So, like, horseshoe and then, like, some kind of barracks. I also still don't know what I'm building inside of this. I just know I want a big building that's horseshoe shaped right here. I need to look at some more pictures of castles to know what I would do with that spot. I just like the idea. Oh, I didn't mean to screenshot. That the castle is a raised thing. And then this portion, the only reason I wanted to keep it is because, like, you know, it makes sense. There's a raised area here that's kind of separated out. Put a tower on it. Easy peasy. The same with this. Like, I'm going to build... I want to put a lighthouse there, but it doesn't make any sense to have a lighthouse. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see about the lighthouse. It's coming together. I just need to cook a little bit longer on it. If this is boring, please skip past it, but this is... I have to do the thinking while I'm in the game. I can't just, like, look at it after the fact. Again, it's hardcore Minecraft for an hour a day. I have to be in the game. Maybe an epiphany will strike me while I'm working or something like that. Maybe that'll... This is also, you know, when you're watching videos of people playing Minecraft for 100 days, or, like, you watch someone who played... I played this amount of hardcore Minecraft. This is the parts that they cut out. And this is the parts that I will be cutting out when I go to make the full video of my 100 days, real life 100 days. After 100 hours. Which I think will only be 500 days, actually. Like, 500 real, or 500 Minecraft days is 100 real life days of playing an hour a day. Maybe. I'd have to do the math on that later. Let me go... Let's go stand down here and look. It does almost feel like this needs to go away. But also, what do I do with my grotto area thing? Like right here. What do I do with that? Okay, so this, if I lowered it down and got rid of it, the roof would be like there. And that doesn't feel as cool. So it definitely needs to remain as high as it is. Or at least, like, I could lower it, sort of, and put it, like, there. I could just refinish. So we've got, like, this line right here. I could do that over to there, and then we just, like, stone roof in all of this. And that would still leave it kind of big and open. And then maybe I plant a tree or something down here. Or maybe open it up a little bit more in this direction. Like put more grass over here. A little bit like these. The grotto is important. It's an important part of this. If I had my chest plate on, that would have done no damage. He was doing a half heart every time. That's kind of crazy. But like grass and then continue it down here so then it's like a little secret thing. Put a little water down there. I think I could work with this. Add this in. Do some like glowstone lights. Okay, hold on. Let's go grab some stone. Depending on how this little grotto area looks after I get done with what I'm about to do. I can put all the stone brick away for the moment. That will tell me what I'm going to do with the above ground layer area. Okay, so I was saying that line right there. So I'm going to do this. And if I want to do cliff, I kind of want... It needs to be at least here, which is level 67. Alright, let's go see where level 67 is. So I need to be at level 66, so I can do... Ooh, grass needs to be like there. I could build a little bit of a hill. I can make a hill work. I can make a little bit of a hill work. Hill on the bottom of the cliff face area. What level is this at? 67? Okay, we're gonna go in a little bit more before we do that. Like a block. And then we do this. Grotto chicken, grotto chicken, grotto chicken. I think I've pretty well already committed to what I'm about to do. So we're just gonna go ahead and fully commit. We're just gonna go for it. I'll probably go get some like glowstone or something for that, for the roof, to make it look a little bit better. Yeah. I can work with that. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. And the vines, I'll have to get some vines to plant like here. Go trim some of them off, let them continue growing down. Maybe put a little bit of grass over there in that cave right there. Okay. Grotto is not our focus today for right now. But that tells me that I can drop it here. I'm sorry, this is probably going to be the next couple hours. At least 2 or 3, because I want to get back to building, but before I can get back to building, I need to know what the plan is. And the plan so far is leading me to a lot of terraforming. What? Oh dear. Is that it? Hmm. This still kind of creates the cliff edge thing that I was trying to get at, with a slight hill right next to it, which is okay. Maybe I'll tear it all down and realize, hey, maybe I need to flatten it out a little bit more, or just deal with the fact that the castle sticks out, doesn't stick up as much as I want it to. It ain't gonna hurt it. But I'll have to make a whole bunch of chests here. Later terraforming projects are going to be really thanking me for this. Thanking me for... I'm going to be... Let's just say I'm going to be thanking myself later for saving all the dirt. Saving as much as I can. I'm going to thank myself later, because what if I need to fill in a freaking river? Say I want to fill in something over here for that island. Easy. I got a lot of dirt. Let's just do that. Also, I promise I'm going to try and keep these days as exciting as possible, but I can't always promise that that's going to happen, that they're going to be very exciting, because days like this are going to happen. Where it's just dirt, stone, dirt, stone. You know what? I have an idea. Because I did so much boring today, tomorrow we're going to do some more boring, but it'll be boring in the way of... We're going to calculate for beacons, start doing the math on that, and maybe go fight some wither skeletons. How's that sound? Just test out the new armor. Get us a good couple test rounds on the new armor and see how that goes. I think I'm going to move all of the stone over here. These are all empty, right? Okay, save that for dirt. That can all be stone. We'll calculate for beacons, and then, like I said, then we will go fight wither skeletons. The problem is if I get rid of all of the... If I start going off and doing other things, then that... Are these different ominous levels? 2, 4... 2, 4... 2, 3, 4? Yeah, there we go. I don't know what I did with my ominous banner. There it is. The other fact, like, I'm gonna run out of exciting things to do, and then eventually it'll just be boring. Like it's all gonna end up being just building, which is just, woo, so very exciting. What did I do with my black thing? Oh, I left it in the inn, didn't I? Oh boy. Sidetracked a little bit here. Left it right there. Didn't even pick it up. What did I need that for? Oh, I was gonna need it for rockets and food. Because I believe I've got rockets in there, but I don't have food in there. Okay, let's go down the glorious hole here and do a little bit of honking and melon trading with these farmers. Okay, that's more than enough food for a hot minute now. We're still gaining seeds, which is very, very not good. But we're gaining iron though, which is amazing because we're gonna need lots and lots of. Oh dear. We need lots and lots of iron for the beacons. If I'm about to start a beacon array, we're gonna need a lot of iron. I don't know if I finished the sentence that I was starting there. Basically, if we're about to start a beacon array, I need a lot of iron, so I gotta let the iron farm run just fine. I'm about to do a lot of terraforming, but we'll do calculations and then go fight some wither skeleton skulls. Go get some wither skeleton skulls. Basically, it's a big waiting game for iron, no matter what. Unless I go build one of those crazy 1,000,000 an hour iron farms, which I don't really want to do. But I might have to, being that I don't play very often. I don't play for very long when I do play. It might be one of those that it's worth it in the long run to build the more efficient farm and then get rid of this one. The big problem with building the farm like that is I need a big hole in the ground. And to do that, I need to learn how to make a big hole in the ground. And then, you know what? That actually, a big square hole in the ground would kind of be perfect, actually. Because that then gives me a place to build the iron farm, the gunpowder farm, and any other farm that requires a big hole. when I say big hole, I mean one of those ones that goes to bedrock that's like 1,000 by 1,000 or something like that. Something stupid. Something stupid huge. Iron farms might not actually need one. I'll do some research, we'll see. If you couldn't tell, I'm getting a little rambly, a little unsure of what I'm talking about. Because 1, tired, 2, pain meds, 3, I don't normally film for 2 hours straight. Even when I was working on guitars, I would still only film for 20-30 minutes, at most talking parts, anything like that, and then everything else would just be like me working, time lapse or otherwise. I do feel like this needs a bigger tower now because the way it is, the way it be, you can tell the way, you can tell it because that's the way it is. That tree's an aspen tree. You can tell because the way it is. Okay, so you can't silk touch those. That definitely makes sense. If I get done with this terraforming project and I still don't have enough iron, that will convince me to build the really fancy big one that makes just bajillions of iron an hour. That'll get me learning the... I guess I do need to eventually learn how to do all of that. Learn all of the specifics and mechanics of farms like that, big ones. And to finish out this episode, we're just going to keep terraforming. Sorry if you thought we were going to do some more exciting stuff. But no, sadly not. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. What if I do only terraform this down to like this height? So we do grass blocks along this. And maybe we like scoop this down a little bit. Maybe we do like this level. That still kind of creates the faux thing there without it being just way too tall. Still want to leave kind of a faux dip here. Faux dip. This is quickly becoming a no talking portion of the episode because running out of things to say and just concentrating. You know what? I realized I don't need to go grab more dirt because this right here. I should grab this dirt before it goes despawning on me. Or as much of this dirt as I can fit in my inventory. The big issue is I don't really want to end up with a really flat area inside of the walls, but I want it to still be like usable space. And what I had there was not usable space. I didn't have any really good plans other than the grotto. And just, oof. Me saying grotto this much makes me want to play Skylanders. That Spyro spin-off game for the Wii with all those little characters. The little what Amiibos was before Amiibos. You guys know what I'm talking about? Some of you guys have got it now. Some of you guys are knowers. Some of you guys know ball.
Nice. The real thing I'm trying to consider with the area right there, the high spot. Trying to think about if I lower it, what am I gonna like? If I leave it where it is, what am I gonna build on top of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what goes there to fill in that space? Oh, and that's the timer. All right, we're gonna take our thumbnail right here. Dismiss that. Sorry, that timer is probably very annoying for some of you guys. Yeah. All right. I hope you've enjoyed this 2-hour long special, and I will see you guys tomorrow.